Hi guys, good morning. It's 11:40 here on the 1st of October, first day of the month, first day of the final quarter of the year, and what a year it has been. Stocks which did have a poor, you can see here, just bringing it into the picture, poor beginning to the month of September, then really recovered into the back end, and we're actually near a very important zone, I will call it, for the Nasdaq, 11,500 up towards sort of 11,600, very important. Above there, I think it's all-time high season again. Of course, there will be resistance levels above that, most notably the high that we had on the 4th of September, 12,000, and then the all-time high. But it's at the moment looking quite good. Of course, the close of the week will be key. It is a level that previous 3 times that we've come to it has offered a good opportunity to sell. So just be wary of that. Looking at it on a shorter time frame, you can just see here now on the hour chart just how many times we are knocking on that door. And we're testing it right now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when the US come into the market. Obviously talks of this stimulus package deal was a reason behind the push that we saw in equities yesterday, and that was denied. Then they said they're talking again. It's probably likely to be a bit of a circus today, so just keep that in mind. The level for the S&P and the Dow, very similar. It's basically the same chart for the Dow and the S&P, but you can see here for the S&P 34, 15, 14, depending on how accurate you want to be, is that key level above there. Then you would be looking towards that high, that breakdown area that we saw on the 4th, which had previously been support a few days prior on the 1st of September at 34.74. So keep a close watch what happens around there. I think it's still obviously early days for both the month and the quarter. You've got non-farm payrolls tomorrow as well, so potentially no harm in just sitting on your hands until next week and making decisions from then. But at the moment it looks pretty positive. We talked earlier in the week about the lows of the 9th of September. We never quite got down to test those again, and certainly in the case of the Dow, it turns out that that was just such a great opportunity to have got long. You can see here it finds the low early yesterday, and we've only pushed in one direction since then. The similar level to the Dow and the S&P for the Dow, the S&P and the Nasdaq for the Dow is tiny bit higher, up towards and just above 28,000, the high that we had on both the 8th and the 16th of September. So if price is to push on, it looks like Nasdaq is going to be the first one to do it, push above those resistance levels. I think it's pretty likely we'll see tests of all-time highs very soon. However, the way the market trades, if those levels are rejected, you may well start to see a push lower. Having a look over at the currencies today, the pound has been on a bit of a journey and is actually testing a very key level of support, the low from yesterday and the previous day. Worthwhile keeping an ear to the ground for any Brexit developments. You can see here's that initial move really starting at 8:30, not far from yesterday's low. So I'm just going to quickly bring in that 60-minute. You can see the importance of yesterday's low as also the high that we had back on the 25th, an area that the bulls will desperately want to defend. It is going to be a headline driven market right now, and it has over the last few days provided opportunities to both the up and the downside. So if you're not necessarily too keen on headline trading, this probably isn't the market for you. But that said, a long above 28.76 or 129 makes a bit of sense. But also, you know, those will be key resistance levels to the upside. The euro did come down a touch on those initial headlines, but has recovered since and is pretty flat really over the course of the day. Well, up slightly, shall we say. Yesterday's high in the early hours is today's high. It is a very key resistance level. As we know, putting this on the daily chart, it's going to be fascinating to see where this finishes. I personally think the shorts will start to get squeezed if we get above 118, and then we really can start to push on. But that said, a big rejection of this today, and then suddenly it's 2 days in a row where price couldn't push higher, and we can start to push down to 117 and the low at 116. So very key to see where we close the week here for the euro against the dollar. Hope you all have a great rest of your trading day, guys, and I'll catch you later on.